Training with the Pet Tutor. How does the Pet Tutor work? This is a really remarkable device that has multiple functions, including a no bark function. In this particular video, though, we are cueing the dispenser and getting the dog used to the beeping noise, letting him know the reward is coming. Here we begin to shape interaction with the toy as an enrichment activity. Snoopy is getting treated for interaction with the toy or looking at the toy initially. What we eventually want him to do is paw it and move it with his paw. One of the things that makes the Pet Tutor a really interesting treat dispenser is that you can change that tone to 5 different beeps. So whichever is, and the volume, whichever is louder if you're training multiple dogs, or if the dog has a poor association with one type of beep, you could try a different one. The Pet Tutor dispenses anywhere between 3 to 5 treats at a time, depending on the size of the treat, which in this particular case works well for us. After several minutes, we start adding our cue word, "Get that toy out of your way." I'm going to admit that as far as cue words go, "get that out of your way" is awfully long. However, that is what started coming out of my mouth when it started happening, so it ended up working out well for us.
Get that out of your way.
I'm waiting for behavior from this dog that indicates to me that he is going to interact with the toy in the way that I've rewarded in the past. When I see that, I cue it, "Get that out of your way," to try and capture it.
Get that out of your way. Get that out of your way.
Here's another enrichment activity, hand targeting and running to the feeder for a reward. When you use a feeder like this to reward at a distance, you can get some exercise in with the dogs as well. And if you're using kibble, they are going to exercise all of that off just getting their food, which is a very useful activity on rainy days or in the winter when exercising outside might be difficult.
Snoopy, Daddy, come here, puppies, come here.
Instead of using hand targeting, you can also practice your recall word to call the dogs to you and have them run back to the feeder for the reward. I'm using another cue too, such as out, to send the dog back to the feeder. The feeder has multiple options. You can attach it to the crate and have it dispense into the crate, which is fantastic for working on barking or to keep the dog busy while you have guests and they're inside the crate. This particular base is a chase feeder. I have it set up on top of the counter so that it can release the treats onto the floor. Here's another enrichment activity, hand targeting on and off the couch. Again, another instance of exercise and training together. Depending on your dog's age and their state of their joints, you might want to limit some of this high jumping.
Out. Snoopy, touch.
I change my cue from out to off. It's good to have two cues for multiple behaviors. I also like to reward off the couch more than on the couch. This way, when I request that behavior from the dog later, they have a more positive association with that.